Hey everyone, it's Movie Lover Warren 20 here, and I'm here with a brand new movie review for a film that came out in 1988 and stars Eddie Murphy. Yeah, and and yes, that film is for the very first Coming to America film. So I gotta say, I just finished watching this film, and it was actually surprisingly really good, and probably one of my favorite comedies ever, and probably my favorite film from Eddie Murphy. Yeah, that I will admit. So basically, yeah, the film was released in June 29th, 1988 and made over 288 million worldwide at the box office. And the film is about. Here's what the storyline is: immersed in luxury and riches, the Gordios blue blood and refined heir apparent to Africa's prosperous kingdom of Zamunda, Prince Akeem, summons up the courage to reject an arranged marriage proposal on his 21st birthday. Bent on finding true love, the young aristocrat, along with his trusted valet Semi, find themselves in the strange and unknown urban jungle of New York City's Queens, trying to mingle with their neighbors by posing as humble exchange students more than anything in the world. The noble prince yearns to be loved for what he is, and not for his title. However, can he find his soulmate in the bustling Big Apple? So, this movie is definitely one of the funniest films of the 1980s. 1980s is actually one of the best comedies of the 80s, and this was back when comedy movies were actually funny. Yeah, and back when Eddie Murphy actually did make some good films. I mean, I know there is a sequel to this film, but I'm gonna say this: Coming to America is Eddie Murphy's greatest movie. Although the movie may be considered a comedy and has humorous moments, it actually has kind of a serious theme. Since it's about a man who's willing to sacrifice money, privilege, power, position, and quest for personal happiness, it's definitely a powerful role for Eddie Murphy. Powerful role for Eddie Murphy, who was actually really great in this role. And it's even proven when given the chance, a comedic actor is capable of playing a complex character that is central to a story. Yeah, as Eddie Murphy is actually very versatile as the lead, and is probably in his very best form when he needs to in this feel-good comedy with on-point comic timing. I'm actually going to be explaining the characters in this part. Shari Head, yeah, especially Shari Headley, who's level-headed, perfect in delivering outrage and frustration as well as sentiment and laughter. Allison Dean. Dean has pretty good hairstyles and portrays the jilted, petulant, and gold-digging little sister. And Eric Lachelle, the outstanding villain, who you actually do kind of feel sorry for. His Jerry Curl, though, is very atrocious, and Arsenio Hall is a great smarmy sidekick and very funny as hell. And also another thing I also liked was James Earl Jones as King Hover. Yeah, and along with Darth Vader and Mufasa, this is probably one of his best role. Best role in yeah, I think probably my one flaw has that maybe I kind of wish it were a little funnier, but this is kind of more of a dramedy film, and definitely another favorite scene I definitely liked was probably Samuel L. Jackson and cameoing as that robber that tries to rob the fake McDonald's in the film. Well, called McDowell's, but I think that's what it's called, but it's this fake version of McDonald's. Yeah, but then, and then of course, Prince Akeem stops the robber, and it's probably one of my favorite film scenes in the film. Like, but I don't know. I think this is one of those rare films where there's hardly a flaw really to talk about. I just think it's a great masterpiece in the comedy genre, and I would definitely recommend it if you're an Eddie Murphy fan. And yeah, and here's how I would probably rank it.
I am going to give Coming to America a 10 out of 10.
Well, felt good to do this in order for the sequel, Coming to America. Well, technically still the same title except with the number 2 in the title. Well, instead of the just word. But all in all, We'll review the sequel eventually when I get the chance. But all in all, that'll be it for this review, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Movie Lover 120.